Good day and welcome to HVAC 350. This is Joe Pacella. I'm going to have probably about a 10 or 15 minute lecture here or video on how to access the virtual machine that I emailed to every student in order to access Microsoft Project. In the email that I sent you should be able to have a link, there is a link there. When you click on the link, it'll probably see something that looks just like this. Right now we're going to have a powered off VM or virtual machine. And what I'm going to do is to go ahead and start the machine. I'm going to click play here, and I'm going to click on the computer. And this is going to take 20 or 30 seconds, maybe longer. So what's going on is we're going to have an actual virtual machine. There's one made for each student. On the virtual machine, I believe the only software that's on there is Chrome and Microsoft Project. Now, what we're doing is typically we give you the Microsoft Project software to keep. That was taken away from us last month, and we're not sure how it happened, and no one was notified. So Professor Quilich and I were both kind of in a quandary because he was trying to give his students Microsoft Visio, and I was trying to give mine Microsoft Project, and it didn't go over too well. So we've come up with another way to serve it. You can see it's starting the computer right now, your virtual machine. And this way we're doing it is with a software called SkyTap, and how SkyTap works is our department, not the university, our department pays for every minute and how much data is being stored using SkyTap. So Professor Quilich is having his students use it for Visio. You guys are using it for Microsoft Project. And when this comes up here, you'll see that there's a Microsoft Project icon here at the bottom. And it's just like a separate computer. Now what's strange about it is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start Chrome up. In order to make this work well, what you're going to do is you're going to start Chrome and you're going to go into you're going to log into Blackboard and you're going to open up the software there. You'll be able to go ahead and use Microsoft Project. You'll be able to save everything there. And when you're done with that, you'll be able to go ahead and attach the assignment. So as this goes here, I'll show you how this is going to work. So one of the biggest things I need you to be cognizant of is when you're doing this is if you're working on the assignment and you have some time where you're not going to be working on it, if you come up to here and hit the pause button, if you hit suspend, we won't get charged for the time that you're on it, because it won't let you do anything. It'll just stop it from being activated. So anytime you're doing that, hit this suspend the VM. When you're done working for, you don't have the assignment done, you're going to work on it the next day, make sure you save it to the virtual machine and then you can hit stop here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log into Ferris and I'm going to go in and I'm going to change so it looks exactly like a student does. And sorry if you hear the dog in the background. So this is what a student would look like. Now when I look at these items here, this is the pause, this is stop, this is like to reboot it, and then this is Control-Alt-Delete. Hang on one second, I'll be right with you. All right, so this would be like Control-Alt-Delete. This is a keyboard function. This one here, if you're trying to go ahead and if you want to use something that's on your computer and share it with a virtual machine, you can cut and paste, not documents, but words, verbiage, that type of thing. Or if you want to share something from the VM to your local machine, you can do it this way also. So that's that tool there. I have not used the clipboard yet for trying to save anything. I know it's supposed to not be able to save files, but you can send text over or typing. You can set your screen size here for the VM. You can mess around with that even when I hit full screen. I mean, mess around and see what works out best for you with that. So when you have all that, you can minimize this right here. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go into our module for project management. And I'm going to open up going into assignment number 9, and I am going to open up the Microsoft project file, the Spring 2019 MPP. And when I do that and I hit open, you will now have Microsoft Project available to run. I'm hitting Control and I'm scrolling back. I've changed the dates on this to this year. Let me move this over a little bit. And you can see I changed a few things to this year. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead, you'll go in here, you'll be making some changes to the schedule following the assignment. When you're done, I'm going to save it. So I'm going to do a save as. I'm going to put it on this PC, and I'm going to take it to the desktop. And I'm actually going to give it a name. I'll give it my initials, JRP. And then I hit save. I exit out of this. And then if I wanted to submit this, I would browse my computer. I should be able to go to my desktop. And I should have this JRP file here. And if I went ahead and hit submit, I would submit that file. So it's a little bit different than what we're used to doing, but it will work. It's just I was really hoping that you would have that software, but it just isn't going to happen right now. So again, in addition, if you're working on things and you want to stop for a while, for a couple hours or something, please get in the habit of suspending the VM or save what you're doing and then shut down the VM. If you decide to not do anything, if you just exit out, I believe it will automatically log you out after 5 minutes, but I'm not sure on that. So if you can get into just a way of just suspending it, then go out of it and do whatever else you're going to do. When you come back in, everything should still be there. If you hit shut down the VM, then it's like you're going to have to reboot the machine. So when you shut it down, it's a pretty more intense way of doing that. So that's what I would end up doing or recommend that you do for this. So give it a whirl. If you have any issues with it, please send me an email. Let me know. Sorry about not being able to get you the software. It just doesn't seem to work out too well. So that's about all I have for you. So thank you and have a good afternoon.